Fire, 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 fire. Yeah, so ever since Shondo got banned multiple times, they finally tried to be more transparent about why they're banning people. So let's hear it together. For example, you may not show, promote, or engage in content warning, enforcement notes, and clarification regarding content warning. Depicting fictional anime characters of a childlike appearance, lollies, and shotas with any kind of sexual framing is not allowed. This applies to Vtubers and within games where avatars are uploaded, such as VR chat with childlike avatars, even if the broadcaster and operator of the avatar is above age 18. Any humor regarding anything sexual relation to minors will result in immediate action on your account. Stating you are below the age of 13 on Twitch, even if intended to be humorous, will result in an account being permanently deactivated in accordance to applicable laws. Prohibited example of typing in chat. Haha, I'm 12, by the way. I'm using my dad's account because I'm 11. I'm gonna be really fucking blunt with you. There are a lot of girls that just don't have tits. Like, Pippa, for example. She's flat. Fillion is flat. Is she a child? What are we doing here? What if you're really short? What if you have dwarfism? Chibi, yeah. All the VTubers that are flat, yeah, and short, you're a child. Which is no idea what they're doing. Yes, because they want to goon to women with big fat asses and big tits. They're stupid AF. Nothing changes up the Twitch staff to determine what is and isn't okay. It's still way too vague. Yeah, and it's like, you can enforce the rules. So, this is the problem. How do you determine what is or isn't a lolly or like a child or whatever? It starts like having such vague connotations that you can basically label anyone and anything as like breaking the rules if you really want to extrapolate and like, you know, say that shit. Yeah, and it's like, it's a council of idiots. It's not like there's no rule. Some people say that if you draw a character with really big eyes, you're a lolly, and it's like, are you okay? Yeah, the eyeballs of consent. That was a thing too. Yeah, the head size of consent, the height of consent. It's like, really sure about this? And then Sean responded and said, well, at least it's stated now, but what the fuck constitutes sexual framing? Feet on screen is sexual framing? A little too vague, but another step in the direction of transparency. And I appreciate that. Yeah, it's like 2 steps forward to 1 step back, in my opinion. That's kind of the point, I guess, since company can get away with going outright mask off and saying we'll ban you if we don't like you personally without getting into trouble. That's what I'm saying, that can lead to that. That's why people don't like it when people say, oh, well, let someone in the government determine what XYZ is, and it's like, but the government doesn't know fucking anything. It's like, a good example of that is like AI becoming a really big problem on the internet, and the government the people in the government don't understand anything because they're stupid, they're not involved, they're technologically inept, and they don't know anything. And they're just like, you know, throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks, and then people get mad at them. This example of IMO's crypto took almost a decade for laws to be made. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you make a rule like that, you can't really enforce it without making concrete rules. And like, how do you make rules on something like, oh, because you're a certain height or you have big eyeballs as a character, it means that you're a lolly or a shota or whatever. Yeah, they're purposefully keeping it vague so that if someone gets banned, they can be like, see, we told you. And it's like, you didn't say anything. You're being really vague and ambiguous to save your ass. And Camilla weighed in too. Oh, she weighed in actually, she weighed in on a different topic under the same rule set, which is pretty interesting. Genitalia, buttocks, hips, female presented nipples, and underbust must be covered at all times on general streams. These guidelines apply to VTuber models, but not video game characters, including those uploaded into games such as VR chat, which really pisses me off because the shit I've seen on VR chat models is insane. Like, they have their ass out, they're basically wearing nothing. Yeah, VR isn't a game. Yeah, that's what the excuse is. And then the other thing is hip coverage, as often forgotten in this rule. Please be sure that your VTuber model covers this area. They were never clear about this, and I'm sure there's people out there who basically didn't have their hips covered. 1 second, I'll show you an example. Like, I love this model. It's like one of my favorite models. This one, for example. See, her hips are completely exposed, but everything's covered. And so if Cinder ever showed this on stream, she would get banned. You said Cinder? Sorry, Cinder Silverveil being cooked. But like, look at it, like, it's a beautiful model. I think it doesn't expose like anything that I would consider like outrageous. And they're like, your hips have to be covered. You have to be covered. You're disgusting. Whore! So Camilla sent a response, but not video game characters, including those uploaded into VR chat, aren't the video game characters in VRC piloted by real people, just like VTubers are? Stop being unfair, you fucking plebs. And that's what really pisses me off, because I agree with Camilla, because it's dumb that VTubers are held to a different standard from VR chat models. VR chat model controllers, like the people that do VR chat models, they are people. Why is it VTubers are held to a different standard? Either everything is okay or none of it is. Why are we having like, why are we biased? I don't get it. Yeah, if you upload my model to VR chat, it means that because it's uploaded to VR chat, it counts as a video game character. Therefore, anything I do on there won't get banned. How is VR chat model the same as 3D? I don't know. I don't know. I don't understand how that works. So like if I use Varudo and I'm streaming Varudo, I can have more leniency, or is it not the same because it's not VR chat? Like I just don't get it. Lily's bridal outfit on the previous models like that. Yeah, and I'm sure she can't use it now. Like if she ever showed it, she wouldn't be able to put it below stream. I mean below the waist on stream. And I love that Lily got to talk to the CEO of Twitch. And then they pull this transparency thing anyway. Yeah, just go change your model, bitch. It's not like, you know, artists need a lot of money to change their shit. They need work, and yeah, go fuck yourself. So this is another really funny thing I had to do while I was gathering info. I was looking at Twitter. I had to blur this because I didn't feel comfortable showing this on stream. Let that sink in, by the way. I had to blur this, man. Rima made a video, or not, she made a tweet talking about how they need to have their hips and buttocks, like, covered. But for some reason, flesh people, like people who stream IRL, can do this kind of thing instead. Yeah, we can't have hips on live 2D models, like right here, where it's exposed. Everything else is covered, genitalia is covered. Boobies are covered, under booba covered. But I had to censor this because I'm scared that if I show this on stream, I'll get banned. How does that make sense for me? Like, I genuinely thought about just showing it outright on stream, and I was like, maybe I shouldn't. That sounds like a bad idea. Do they put holes in the pools and hot tubs in their description? I'm sure they do. And you want to know what they do? They put a pool on the side of the screen, and that's how they get away with it. They're like, oh, there's a pool in the background. She's still in her room, and she has pool, and like, she has a pool right there. Oh, this is also a really good one. I quote retweeted this again. I saw this on Twitter. I thought it was really funny. I censored it because I'm scared of getting banned. Chat, there's literally a strip of fabric over her asshole and her hoo-ha, and then there's another camera that's like this. Like pointed at her crotch, like the front. Look, I'm all for like, oh, you know, it's pools and hot tubs. You're a woman. You're allowed to be, you know, out, and you're allowed to go to the pool and film yourself talking at the pool. I get that. Like, she's not even in the pool. She just has an ass camera and a coochie camera. It's a straight up cam girl tactic. It is. Yeah, transparent chair that points at her ass, and then the starfish, which is her butthole, I guess. She's making a joke about that. And then her fucking hoo-ha. Imagine, chat, I'm gonna say it. If I displayed my fucking character and I was sitting here like this, and then I had another character, like a copy showing my feet and then pointing at my hoo-ha, I'd get insta-banned. Even if it was in the hot tubs and pool section. But this is okay, somehow. If my hips weren't covered, I'd get banned. It's so hypocritical. It's just... This chick is abusing the tag system by having a tag that is a category. She's in the correct category, but if you search just chatting, she will show up. That's actually a good point. Yeah. IRL arts and cats. Yeah, I can definitely see a cat. For sure. This is so artistic. It brings a tear to my eye. I don't hate this person. I don't hate Vtubers. I'm a real person in real life. That's the whole point of this. I just don't get why Twitch has such like strong favoritism and like they don't care about setting a hard standard. Well, actually, I do know why, because it makes them a lot of money. But if I was Silvervale, I'd be really upset that I basically can't really like show off this model anymore, because it's like it's gonna get me banned, and getting banned is a really big deal. No, I don't care about Asian Bunny. She's just like, you know, playing the game. She's playing the game too. It just shows that Twitch's moderation does not have consistency, and they obviously have favoritism, and it's really weird. And we can't do anything about it because there's no law preventing this kind of thing. So like ultimately we're all bitching into the void and hoping that they listen. Wait, this is actually so good. There's another post. One of these will get you banned on Twitch and the other is acceptable streaming material. Can you guess which one? Look at my meat one. Strike fear into everyone's hearts. For Shonda, bro, I don't want this to happen, but I feel like they might just turn around and ban her and be like, yeah, look, you see, you broke the rules. Like setting an example kind of deal. I hope it doesn't happen. But at this rate, they might just do it. Oh, you showed your feet on stream? You are a small, feminine, cute, small, lolly VTuber girl. Means you're underage. There you go. Look at Lucy's tweet. I think I might have it. I'll read Lucy's tweet because it's funny. Put those slutty hips away. Or whenever I see a woman's hips, the only thing I can think about is how she is fit for bearing my children. Cover up, slut. What is it you got to say that? You're disgusting. What is it called? Breeding cow? I don't want to see. I don't want to hear about you being a breeding cow. I see hips on my goon. Yep. Oh god. Oh god. I'm not even gonna risk this because like. So Camilla added Twitch and Mr. Clancy. I hope you know that content like this is 80% of the VR chat category. Yet VTubers, PNGs are all facing suspensions. Either ban both sides or don't ban it at all. This is fucking dog shit. It does a full turnaround, by the way. I'm not gonna play it. Again, the VR chat model. Here she said, there should be zero difference in rule application in VR chat models versus VTubers. It makes no sense that there is a difference. Or maybe, just maybe, stop being anime racist and treat VTubers like Vtubers on the site. She doesn't have her hips covered. She's an anime whatever, like girl with cat ears. But for some reason we're not holding it to the same standard because we're anime racist. I can't handle it, man! Why do they do this? VR, VTuber, IRL should apply across the board. No. We're gonna nitpick and have different rules for everyone else because we can get away with it since there's literally no rules stating or like laws and like actual rules on in the world, let alone America, where they can enforce and sue for that kind of thing. Again, we're all bitching into the void. They can do whatever the fuck they want. So this person says, VTubers are not being targeted. We are just being held to the same attire as IRL streamers, which is nothing new. And the guideline update clarification lines were just added to make clear that VTubers are not an exception to regular attire guidelines. You know what's the funny part? If they really wanted to be transparent, they would provide pictures, and they don't. Twitch does not have pictures for you to, like, understand what isn't and is okay either. It's all just made up, like, bullshit that people are saying, and it's based off of words just so they can keep it vague. Ambiguity is their friend. This is the case with the hips supposed to be covered rule. This is not a new rule, but since a lot of VTubers, I guess, have not been following, all they did was add on a line and emphasize that VTubers need to follow this rule as well. Incorrect. Silvervale debuted with thousands of viewers and showed off this model, and she never got banned. At least not that I know of. I don't remember it happening. She did get banned for something else, I just don't remember what it was. Like, you debuted 2,000 viewers and no one cared, and then all of a sudden we're like, no, it's not a change. Yes, it did. Also, I don't know why everyone is ignoring the great news that underboob and hips are now allowed in the context of festival outfits and swimsuits in the hot pools and hot tubs beaches category. Now, it's not to say the rules are being enforced consistently, but it's a whole different problem. I mean, I agree to disagree. I think it's stupid. They are targeting VTubers. Legal Mindset, who's an actual lawyer, says if a law, rule, or regulation is only being enforced against one specific class of people, while another class of people gets wholesale immunity, that would absolutely constitute targeting. Realistic enforcement trumps how a policy reads on paper. I can't scroll down, but it's this picture. I'll leave Exhibit A here to display non-enforcement for ego streamers. He's absolutely right, by the way. The problem is, and I know he probably knows this, is that how do you define a class of people? VTubers are they a class of people? I don't know. Probably, if you tried to argue. But holding that up in court is a different thing because there's no laws. Like, it basically would be a completely new, like, territory for people to, like, advocate on in a court. They would be in this context. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I'm sure he knows better than I do. There's no legal standing. Twitch is a private site. Well, therein lies the problem, in my opinion. Again, take this with a grain of salt. I talked to a lawyer once or twice, like an actual, like, content creator lawyer. I don't know how it would work for suing Twitch in court for this kind of thing, because there's no laws. Like, concrete laws would be like, you know, favoring one race over another on the Twitch friend page, even though you say you don't do that, and it would be discriminatory, obviously, because it's racism. Or like female versus female or whatever. I'm so sick as a private company BS. You're either a public forum for discussion or you aren't. Well, that's the unfortunate reality of being on Twitch, Kick, Rumble, YouTube, is that in the end, it's a company. They can do whatever the fuck they want. As long as it's within the laws of the country that they are, like, situated in, it doesn't matter. Does Twitch not understand it costs VTubers a lot of money to change their looks and, like, flesh streamers just change their clothes? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. I don't know. I think Legal Mindset is trying to point to a potential unequal treatment in case against Twitch based on his phrasing. Oh, I agree. I think he is making a case for that. I'm just saying I don't know how it would hold up in court because I don't know. In this case, I guess VTubers are a class of people that stream in a specific way. And of course, Fansly jumps in. Twitch has now confirmed that VTubers' hips must be covered. Show all VTubers' hips you want on Fansly! Yay! Fansly's capitalizing on it! Welcome now, time to make a Fansly. Yeah, I'll ask Phillian all about it. How to make an AI Alana holds your hand and watches Weax with you.